Minnesota and Nathan Morgan of Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Mac Reiter and Nathan Morgan have a little bit of a history, and Reiter is 0-2 against Morgan. Morgan beat him last year early on and beat him a month ago in their dual meet, and he came out and got the takedown early. This time Reiter's right in, but this looks familiar because he was in last time, and Nathan Morgan was able to come through, pick the ankle, and end up with the 2 points. This time Reiter, I'll tell you what, he's a guy that will not be denied. A 4-time state champion out of Iowa. Somehow he got away from the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones and the Panthers and went up to Minnesota. Jay Robinson recruiting him. Nathan Morgan from Bakersfield, California. His dad was an outstanding wrestler, almost made the Olympic team back in the 70s, and so he comes by it naturally too, Dave.
Morgan winning that earlier matchup, as Tim has outlined, with Reiter. 6-4, the final score in that one. Right now, Oklahoma State leading in the team competition between these two, 3-0.
Morgan beat Reiter, like we said the first time, and he seems to have the body, long and lanky in style, to give Reiter problems. I don't know if Reiter has a hard time wearing Morgan out because Morgan wrestles on the outside and moves a lot or what, but Morgan can ride, and he neutralizes Reiter's pace. So if he can score early, it would be big. That's what he did last time. But I'll tell you, Mac Reiter can pin you from anywhere. He pinned the #1 seed in the Big Ten tournament last year in the finals, and was an outstanding wrestler in the Big Ten. A warning against Nathan Morgan by Ramirez. Right here, Nathan Morgan doesn't mind a slower pace. Reiter likes to keep a fast pace.
Called a stalemate here. We'll get them restarted.
We've already seen that Jim Ramirez. There's John Smith, greatest wrestler of all time. 6 world titles, 2 Olympic titles, and really coming a long ways as a coach. 3 straight NCAA titles. One of the greats in the history of the sport. John Smith.
A legend.
No USA wrestlers ever won 6 world titles, 2 Olympic gold medals.
You look at what Oklahoma State has done over the last 6 years, really, for John Smith. They're 1-07-7. But interestingly, 4 of those 7 losses have come to Minnesota.
Well, Jay Robinson is also a great coach. 20 years. Whoa, look at this. Good job by Morgan, but nice job of countering by Reiter. And we're going to come out of this 0-0. No score. What I was getting ready to say is Jay Robinson, also one of the greats in the sport, been in Minnesota for 20 years, both Oklahoma State alumni,
right.
Both Olympians, both are distinguished members of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, and that is housed in Stillwater, Oklahoma, right up the road. So this is a coming home of sorts for Jay Robinson as well.
Graduated from Oklahoma State, Robinson, in 1969.
On the 1972 Olympic team with Dan Gable, who was a longtime assistant to. Gable's influence also great in the Big Ten and throughout the nation. There's Jay Robinson in his 20th year at Minnesota. Only 2 coaches in the past 50-plus years in Minnesota's history. Wally Johnson, 30-some years prior, and then Jay. So they like to keep their wrestling coaches for a long time in Minneapolis. Morgan using his length. He's tough on top. He has a lot of length right there, and he flattens out Reiter. Reiter is not able to get out from underneath. Now all of a sudden legs are in, arms are tied up. Morgan's where he wants to be. He's a very technical wrestler.
Reiter's headgear has gone down into his eyes. They're going to restart things.
And Ramirez just said nothing's going on there, the official, and so I'm going to put him back in position. Well, that's to Mike Reiter's advantage right there, but he needs to move on the whistle. He needs to separate his hips and not let Morgan in. Easier said than done with Morgan, but Reiter, one of the premier wrestlers in the nation as well. But Morgan, look at him cover. Gets his leg in. You see Reiter's head down on the mat. He needs to come up right here. He can't stay down. That's what he's doing. He needs to keep coming up. Keep coming up. The guy with the head up and the shoelaces faced up is going to win. Keep coming up. He's in good position. But Morgan's able to cover the head there with his hips. And he's got locked up to where he neutralizes Reiter and now has the cradle locked up. But if nothing more than a ride, it works to the advantage of Morgan. What I'm saying is, whether or not he really turns him or not, the important thing is he came out of a dangerous situation.
And he's building riding time in the process, which is now up to 134.
And this is Morgan's match. His kind of pace. Technical and slower. Like I said before, Reiter's never out of any match. He could put you on your back at any time.
This is impressive what Morgan is doing here in the second period.
Nathan Morgan, a sophomore. He came out of redshirt just like Coleman Scott last year. And he's a true sophomore. Did not make an All-American. He was not an All-American last year. He was an NCAA qualifier. And I'll tell you what, the way Morgan is wrestling, he could be at the top of the stand at 133.
Of course, the NCAA Wrestling Championships will be held right here at the Ford Center. Kind of an advantage for these schools. Oh, that was dangerous.
And 1 point escape for Morgan. Puts him out in front 1-0. And with riding time that pretty soon is not going to be able to be erased.
I was going to say, these wrestlers could have an advantage for being able to wrestle here at the Ford Center and have a bit of an edge when they go to the NCAA National Championships in mid-March.
I'll tell you right here, and this is where you don't want the official to dictate the match, but right now Reiter is going to want to, there is a warning on Morgan, and right now we'll see how consistent the official is. I mean, it's about consistency right here. That's all the coaches ask for. So if Reiter pushes him, they're going to be calling for, and see, Morgan's not looking good on the side. He looked great, and it's both up on your feet.
No point there. Here's how Morgan got the escape. Watch how dangerous this looks. Oof.
1 minute left in the regulation time. It's 1-0, but effectively 2-0 with the riding time for Morgan. Right here, Reiter's not doing a good enough job of making the official get on Morgan. He needs to attack more of a sense of urgency. With that warning on Morgan. One more shot and he'll draw the warning. This is a big win if Oklahoma State comes out winning it, because it's when Minnesota wanted to turn around, felt they could. Morgan making a statement. Not that he's already not a big player, but he's making a statement right now. If he can come out with a win, he's a major player in this weight class at 133. Now right here is where you kind of look, why isn't he being called stolen? He did. Ramirez, the official, shows his consistency, says, Morgan, you're not wrestling. Called him. Now a takedown. It's 1-1, but the riding time is Morgan's, and so strategically, beautiful match for Morgan. Win for the Cowboys.
There it is, Nathan Morgan. That all-important second period when he got the 2 minutes of riding time, and the Cowboy fans celebrate with him as a hard-fought win over Mac Reiter of Minnesota, and that gives Oklahoma State a 6-0 advantage after the first 2 matches. So Coleman Scott wins, and that comes on the heels of Nathan Morgan eking out the victory over Mac Reiter, and Oklahoma State looking good in their match with number 1 Minnesota.
This is a place where good ideas and good decisions gain traction.